Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be going over everything you need about dboss on penguin.gg. So not too terribly much has changed since last season, but there are a few new pets that we do need to talk about, and I'll just go over everything else just so that any new players have an idea what to do. But first you're going to want to know what dboss is. So it's basically where you fight dragons and stuff, and you that's not the right channel. So you fight dragons, you get rewards for winning or doing well, either by placing eyes or by dealing damage, getting on the leaderboard, stuff like that, or both. But to get to dboss, you're going to do /dboss. It's going to bring up this menu. You cannot be flying when doing this, because if you do, it'll drop you down and your teleport will be cancelled. And then there are a few options you can have. So there's armor, boss arena, fragment reroll, crafting, and dragon armor deconstruct. I never used deconstruct or fragment reroll. I just never needed to. But to get to the dboss arena, what we're going to do is going to click on the end stone. It will teleport, and you'll be in this spawn. So there's this little spawn. There's, as you can see, there's these shadow summoners here, which we'll get into in a second. Then we have the spot where you will put the eyes that you get from killing the shadow summoners. So what I like to do is organize my inventory. So it's just my sword and bow, and if I have golden apples, I'll put them in that slot, but I don't need them for this video. So what you go around doing is killing these shadow summoners. They do attack back, so watch out for that if you're either not good at dealing damage or don't have the correct pets or armor to do so. Just be wary about that. And as you can see at the top of the screen, it says guaranteed summoning eye, 19 out of 35 for me. It's 35 for everyone. And once you get to that, you will get a summoning eye guaranteed. There are ways to get better rates, and we'll go over those now. So in pets, we click on the pet list, because I guess I do have some of them, but not maxed. So we have the Shulker pet, which is new this season. So the effect is a 2.5 chance to instantly kill a summoner. So I've seen a lot of people just max this out and run around and spam click the summoners and kill them really fast. At first I didn't understand why they were running around clicking it with a condensed potato, but now I do. So it's kind of funny. Now we have the skeleton pet, which increases bow damage by 1%. And we'll get into what weapons and enchants you're going to want to use. And then we also have the iron golem pet, which gives you strength and resistance. The strength doesn't do anything if you use your bow anyway. It does on the shadow summoners, but not the dragon. If you use your sword on the dragon, it will, though. Then resistance is mainly what I use it for. And then we have the summoner pet, increases your drop chance of summoning eyes by 1%, and this is max level 5. So those are well, I guess not all. You could have the cat pet, which is what I use because it gives you speed 2 and jump boost, but it got moved. Just to let you know, there is a 2-minute AFK timer, so something you need to know. If you need to go AFK, you'll be kicked back to spawn. But yeah, we'll show you how to put pets in. So just do /pets, click on own pets, and then click on whichever pet you want into the pet cage. And then that's all the pets. So we're also going to go over the enchants you're going to want on your sword. You're going to want Dragon Slayer 5. And Preservation 6 is always a good thing to have. Multi-kill does absolutely nothing for this, but you don't really need to worry about it, just because you don't really want to be using your sword at all on dragons. Next, for the bow, you're going to want, well, I have a monthly crate bow. It's the November one. It just has power 6 instead of power 5, so it just deals a little bit more damage. All normal enchants. We got Dragon Hunter 5, Bounty 3, and is protected. That's just because I don't want it to break. because it's not exactly the cheapest thing. So there's that, and then I've seen a lot of people complain about Dragon Tracker 3 and how it doesn't deal as much damage or it's reducing your damage. I'm not too sure on that. I haven't really tested it. I just haven't put it on because I've been able to do fine with just Dragon Hunter 5. Now you can also put Fire Barrage on there, but that's a what's it called? PvP enchant, so it's not made for dboss, but if you want it, you can use it. It's there for you. And you also want Bounty 3. If you don't have potions or anything else like pets, it will give you a random effect when hitting stuff. So like if I just do this, you can see in chat, absorption 2, speed 2, jump boost 2, absorption. Sometimes I'll give you more hearts. Like there you can see I have 4 extra hearts, which is always a plus to have. So yeah, those are pretty much all the enchants you need. If you do put enchants on your armor, it's only going to be protection that's going to really help you, and then Dragon Protection 5. I've never used it, never seen anybody use it, so if you get it, fine. If you want to use it, okay. But it's not necessary. So, next we got, and by the way, I just used normal penguin armor. Nothing fancy. We're going to go over Summoning Eyes. So we went over how to get them. Just kill Shadow Summoners. You have a random chance of getting one. Get a higher chance with... get a higher chance with the Summoner Pet. If I go to /dboss again, click on Armor and see Defensive. Gives you a percent drop chance of Summoning Eyes. It goes up by tier. If you click on this, you can see all the different tiers. So +5 for the set bonus. Maxed anyway. So that's a way you can get more Summoning Eyes quicker. I have noticed that it does work, and it is very useful at times because it just takes a while. As you can see in chat, you can see that people are placing eyes. So when you get an eye, I think I have 1, 2, yeah, I have 3. So this is what they look like. You'll just get them and then place them into the portal. I'm not going to do them because I'm not going to stick around for this fight. So I'll just put them back into my vault. And that's what the frags look like. They're in there, in that vault. But that is how to get Summoning Eyes. What you're also going to want to know is how many you want to place. I usually only place 6, but if you're doing a dboss party, I would only place 6. I have spawned them in before, and it's just placing 16 at once. It's a big gamble. You could get a really good dragon, but you only get the max amount of frags at 6, I believe. And another thing you have to know, if you do place eyes and you want to get the fragments without dealing damage, you won't get them, at least from what I remember from the last few seasons. You have to deal damage. Doesn't matter how much, it's just dealing damage at all, and you'll get some fragments. So you can get up to 15 fragments with no masteries and stuff, which we'll get into now. You can get up to 25 with the Instone Mastery. So if we do /masteries, click on mining, hover over Instone. As you can see, I'm lazy and haven't done it yet. But you can get max amount of fragments obtained by 5, and you can also get a increased Summoning Eye chance at tier 7, which is also a good thing. I'm lazy and haven't done it, and I've been focusing on farming, so we'll get there eventually. Maybe, probably, I don't know. We'll see about that though. But there's that. We'll go over the dragons now. So they'll spawn here, fly around, you shoot them with your bow. I'd strictly shoot them with your bow, not with your sword, because it's just much better for damage. And I usually just stand back here. The more distance you have, the better, the less you'll be flung around. And if you get flung, you'll go flying like way back there, or just wherever, straight up maybe. Depends on the dragon. But there's that. There's a bunch of different types of dragons, so I'm going to spawn so I don't get kicked. So if we do /dboss, we can go to the dragon armor, and you can see all the different armor, which is, so there is currently 8 sets of armor, and they all have different abilities. So we'll start off with explosive. This is the set you're going to want to use when mining. If you go to Marley's channel, I'm Marley on YouTube. I believe his video's still there. If not, we'll see. I'm pretty sure I've used his gen before last season or last 2 seasons, something like that, and it's very good for this set. So it gives you a chance to double your drops in mining, which is decent, but it doesn't really affect the drops all too much, especially with high levels of fortune. And then you get a set bonus of a % chance to mine ores in a 3-block radius, and this goes up to 2.5% chance, which is really nice. If you click on the armor, it doesn't matter which, you click on any of them, and you'll see how to craft it. You're going to craft it in /dboss craft, or you can just do /dboss and click on the crafting table. So you'll just put the frags in here. For the first set, it's 10 per slot. As you can see, you get that, and then you just go up by placing 10 around it and putting the original item in the center, so on and so forth. Next, we'll go on to Colossal. This is the set you're going to want to use for farming, or it's one of the sets. It's the main one I'd use. I don't really see a use for any of the other ones, unless you want MCMMO levels, which we'll get into in a second. So this increases the farming enchant proc chance by a certain %, and the set bonus is farm fortune for melons and pumpkins, and this will go to different ones, so melons, pumpkins, netherwort, beetroot, carrot, and potatoes, or just all crops, I guess. So this, I've seen a lot of people asking what the farming enchant proc rate, or whatever it is. I'm not too sure myself, but I'm assuming it's the custom enchants on here, like farm fortune, crop duster, greater farming, farming souls. That I think that just means they'll be activated more often than if you didn't wear this set at all. And then crafting is just the same way as, they're all crafted the same way basically. This is definitely a decent set if you like to farm, which I do. So we'll move on to experienced. This is one of the ones you'll use for killing mobs and stuff like that. It gives an XP multiplier and a chance to double XP when scrapping books. So I never scrap books. I don't really care about the XP. You can see there's 5 different levels on all of these, and it goes up to 1.5x XP multiplier and 2.5% chance to double XP when scrapping books. Next we'll go on to Hasty, which you can also use for pretty much everything that has MCMMO levels. I never find it useful. I guess it could be useful for, like, I don't know, mining if you want the Super Breaker enchant longer, or I guess effect longer. That's the really only reason I would ever use it, but I don't mind, so I never use it. This is probably one of the worst dboss sets. Crafted the same way, and you can see the ability length on the screen. Next, aquatic. This is what you're going to want to use when fishing. So this gives a decreased chance of catching junk, increasing chance of finding deep sea fish, which is very nice. And the set bonus is extra uses per bait. This goes up to level 5, as all of them do. Goes up to 2.5% chance, decreased chance of catching junk, and increased chance of finding deep sea. And set bonus is 10 extra uses per bait. So this is really good for fishing. It's decently expensive and not too common. Next we got defensive armor, which is what you're going to want to use when in the dboss arena. So it gives extra damage to mobs and bosses, which is very nice. And it gives, well, the set bonus is extra hearts while in the dboss arena, and % drop chance of summoning eyes will be increased. It goes up to level 5, and it goes up to 10 extra damage to mobs and bosses per piece, so in total 40%, which is a pretty good amount. And then we got the set bonuses of, it's still 2 hearts. Yeah, it's 2. And then 5% drop chance of summoning eyes, which is very nice. Next we move on to Ancient, And Ancient and Aquatic kind of switched colors since last season, if you didn't notice. This one's good for farming, killing, and mining if you want sky coins, which are not a bad thing to have. So it gives a small sky coin multiplier when farming, when killing mobs, and when mining. Increases soul earnings by percent, goes to level 5 as usual, and increases up to 100 at max level. 0.25 sky coin multiplier when farming, 0.3 sky coin multiplier when killing mobs, and 0.35 sky coin multiplier when mining, which is decent. Next, champ armor, easily the best armor you can get, or I guess the most rare and expensive set you can get, because they're very expensive to make. So this gives, well, I guess the piece benefit, which no one really uses, is the multiplier of ore, mob drops, and crops. Well, never mind. Take that back. I read that wrong. It's the set bonus that no one uses. It's the piece benefit, which everyone uses, which gives a cell multiplier on ore, mob, and crop drops. And I think that goes up to 0.5x. Yeah, 0.5x, which is really nice per piece. So that's 2x the sell price for pretty much everything. I don't know. Math isn't mathing right now. It's been a long day. Anyway, and then it gives you a set bonus of a chance to double anything mined and killed, which is okay, I guess, but not really useful. That's all of the dboss armor. So once again, you can just go to /dboss, click on crafting to craft it. Once you put the items in here, it's kind of hard to see because it's dark mode, but it will pop up there. You can also do /dboss craft, and it'll bring you to there too as well. So, as you can see, Aquatic Dragon Boss has just been dealt, or defeated. And you can see there is a top 5 leaderboard. Once you get top 5, you have a chance of getting some boss crates. So there's, what's it called? Boss. So we got Mythical, which is the best. We got Legendary, which is second best. I don't know if I can find it. No. Okay. Legendary, and then there's one last one, which is kind of very bad. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. I don't think I have any here. Oh, I have Epic. It's Epic what it is. I'll open these two just to show you. We'll go with the Epic one first because it is trash, as I said. There, you get 3 items per, so 5,000 sky coins, which is bad. Advanced book, it's not bad. That is bad. And a cell wand. I'll take cell wands. I just like getting high chance. And so for the mythical, this is best. I'm just gonna skip the animation. So we go up here, click on the skip animation button, and get all items. So 25,000 sky coins, 75,000 XP, and 100 use cell wand. We'll just merge those and good grief, merge cell wands. I can't speak. Put that in there. Now we got 200 use. For my one lone servant, which I haven't sold in a few hundred years. But I'm pretty sure that's everything that needs to go over about dboss. If I missed something, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments as well. I'll do my best to answer you as soon as I can. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It'll be very useful. One note, I'll try to stream on Saturday, but I'm kind of busy. So if I do stream, it'll be in the afternoon, for me anyway. So Central Time Zone. So convert that for yourself if you want to, around probably 3 p.m. CST. But yeah, that's all for this video. If you like, please consider liking and subscribing. I will see you all in another video. Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day.